I'm Sarah Borgson-Keto, and in conjunction with NAREIT's REIT World 2020 annual conference, I'm speaking today with Drew Alexander, Chairman, President, and CEO of Weingarten Realty. Drew, thanks so much for joining me.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
How are Weingarten's fundamentals looking as the pandemic continues to impact landlords and tenants across the country?
I think all things considered pretty good. One of the themes that we've used at a lot of conferences is that Weingarten will weather the storm. There certainly, is a storm, but I think we're in good shape. We reported earnings last week, and our occupancy is at 93%, down a little bit, but still pretty strong. Our cash collections is up to 90%, which we're quite pleased with. Obviously the virus and the economy is a challenge, but about 63% of our tenants are deemed essential, so in good shape there. Vast majority of our geography, approaching 98, 99% is open. So we think we're in pretty good shape. We started a significant transformation several years ago, selling weaker centers, watch list centers, and I think that positions us well. We've got a great balance sheet with no significant debt maturities for about 2 years. So I think we're in good shape, good geographic footprint, and in pretty good shape to weather this storm.
What impact has the pandemic had on the company's current and future development pipeline?
Nothing too terribly significant. We had 3 big development projects that were wrapping up, 2 in the Washington, D.C. area and 1 here in Houston. And while we did a quick study of does it make sense to stop those, it was very clear that we were so close to finishing that it made sense. The leasing of all 3 projects, again, we reported last week, and those are going along pretty well. Over time, we will have some other, high-rise additions at our River Oak Center, but, we wouldn't, under any circumstances, plan to start anything for at least a year, probably more like 2. And then we routinely do a lot of smaller freestanding buildings in front of centers, call it $50 million a year. That's very much where tenants are very focused today. One of the other nice things we saw in September is a nice increase in leasing activity to levels, almost what we saw pre-pandemic September a year ago. So that's encouraging. So continuing those small redevelopments, we'll do as much as we can. So not too much impact given the timing that we had from new development, from the pandemic on new development.
Finally, what steps has the company taken to ensure the safety of its employees, tenants, and communities in which it operates?
So that's certainly the key thing, in this world. My father used to tell me when I was younger, if you have your health, you have everything. It's one of those things. The older I get, the smarter he is. So it is something that we're doing everything that we can think of across all fronts. I think it's important to bear in mind that in the strip center, open center world, it's a little different than malls. So a lot of it for us is working with our tenants, both large and small, and exchanging best practices that we're learning from some of our large and sharing those and other things like CDC recommendations, through our website and through our property management team, with our more mom and pop tenants. Like everybody, we, implemented curbside delivery so that people can still get merchandise, and not, have, less contact. We're blessed in a lot of our footprint that the weather's nicer, so we can do more, outdoor dining at our restaurants now, more so than some other geographies. So people can get, a little bit of a change of pace. Because one of the things we've also stressed for everybody's health is not only their physical health, but their mental health. As we're now 8 months into this, it is, wearing on everybody. So if you can go out, socially distance, sit on a patio, it's a little change of scenery. So, trying to do everything we can. As far as our associates, which is key, one of the great strengths of the company, we've been in we sort of opened the offices back in mid-May in here in Texas, but we've been on a, optional go to work, and most people are working from home. We own our building. It's a low suburban building, so it lends itself to socially distant. People take the stairs. So, it's optional whether you go to the office. It's mandatory if you go that you wear your mask, wash your hands, keep social distance. So we're trying to reinforce that and do the best that we can. So, so far things have been good there. And again, I think we're in good shape to weather this storm. It's been a a lot to deal with, but I think we're well positioned to make it through.
Drew, thanks so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
And for more news and analysis from REIT World, be sure to visit NAREIT's website, REIT.com.